Good morning, everybody. Mike Vacchi, Princetontrader.com, here with your Wednesday market webcast. all right, daily chart. And, Monday, Tuesday, we just saw a continuation of the grind to the upside as high as 43.27 and change. The bears have brought it back in overnight. The more interesting chart to me is the hourly chart. You had some serious compression here on the hourly bands. They tried to break down yesterday, and then it was a little bit of a head fake down. They rode it up, topped it out under 1327, and did this big engulfing candle in the 2 o'clock hour, made a little bit of a lower high, based it in Globex, and then Europe came in and sold it. We've taken out yesterday's low, which I think is significant. Taking out the weekly low, the Monday low, down at 42.49 would open up the ability to go down and test that weekly pivot at 42.25. That coincides with the 9-day simple moving average at 42.23 today. So we talked about how if the bears are going to be involved, they really are just noise anywhere above that 42.25 area. They've got to get down. They've got to get down below that weekly pivot. They've got to consistently print things with 42s on them. They've got to get back down to that 4,200 roundy, stop hanging out at the 4,300 roundy, and try to get some pushback. And they've got their work cut out because, going back to the daily chart, this isn't just some dead cat that died. This has been going on since June. This has been a real significant 2-month, almost to the day, summer rally. And in the course of it, they've taken out the 9, the 20, the 50, 100, and 200-day exponential moving averages. So this isn't some flash in the pan. As much as people would like it to be, it's not. Now, what really matters is what happens when you get back to the 9-day exponential. What happens when you get back to the 9-day? Well, the 9-day simple, rather, 23. What happens if you can claw your way back to the 200-day exponential? What then? Can you convert, or is it going to look like a higher low? That remains to be seen, and that's what the fall is going to be about. Are we going to put in some kind of a higher low, take out the higher high, and then really run it up into the end of the year? Or is this going to become more two-sided, more of a battle in and around wherever the 20-day happens to be, engaging the 50, engaging the 100, and finding some place like here and here where we're comfortable consolidating for 5-10 days? Which will drive everybody crazy, but it's healthy for the market. Burned off a lot, went down. Burned off a lot, went up. These things are annoying, but they're necessary. So for today, it's pretty much been straight down from the daily pivot at 43.05 half to 42.69. Nothing violent, just this steady, no bid, no thank you, crawl to the downside. So volume weighted average price 42.93. Sorry, my chart hiccuped there for a second. Proprietary moving average 84. 5-minute mid right now 76 and change. You got the hourly mid band 43.02, 43.05. Any kind of a bounce out of here is going to have to deal with 83 to 93 to begin with, and then any big lift is going to have to deal with 4,300. So it's really, at this point, it's up to the bears to survive whatever's going to happen at the bell if there's some kind of a pop, and then turn that pop into a lower low. They've really got to go after 42.50, and they've got to go after 42.25. And where we close relative to the weekly pivot and relative to this Globex pullback, where we close is going to have a lot to do with tomorrow and Friday, into the end of the week and into next week. So the bulls have made their move. The bands here on the hourly are still really tight, but they're kind of, they've kind of normalized. But if the bears are going to defeat this 2-month slow drip, you have to start somewhere. And taking out yesterday's low is a start. Taking out Monday's low is the next step. Converting the 9-day and the weekly pivot is a step after that. 4,200 is a step after that. What do the bulls want to do? Take it back over, make a higher high. 33 is open for business, and start dealing with things like 43.50 to 43.63 into the end of the week. All right. Everybody have a fantastic day. Be safe, be healthy, take care, trade them well, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.